I'm in Jerusalem to see the tomb of Jesus opened for the first time in centuries. And after hours of anticipation, it's finally our turn to go in. I mean, to the untrained eye, it's so hard to grab any meaning from this.
What's happened is they've pulled the top of the marble slab back, and what we see underneath it is the debris. And to be honest, we don't know what's underneath the debris that you see there.
The scientists were expecting to see the bedrock rather than debris. As a man of faith, how do you feel now?
My knees are shaking a little bit because I wasn't expecting this as much on behalf of being a scientist as being a human. So it's truly amazing.
Enjoy. Over the next 12 hours, the scientists cleared the debris. They found a second cracked layer of marble, probably from the time of the Crusades, and beneath that was the Holy Rock. The resurrection of Christ is the bedrock of faith for so many, an intangible phenomenon from another era. Yet here in the modern world lies rock that connects the biblical to the now, the meeting of the spiritual and physical, something visible, touchable, and testable, yielding a discovery the scientists weren't expecting.
That's the original rock. That is the side of the cave that was originally here.
Scans discovered rock hiding behind ancient paneling. It was thought only the burial shelf remained, but the discovery showed that rock from the original cave wall had also been preserved. And that shows that the burial cave is much more intact than we thought.
Yeah, it's more like lopping off the top of a soft-boiled egg. They lopped off the top, but at a much higher level than anyone had ever suspected. They cut a window here to actually show the side of the original cave. They're going to put a crystal plate there, but you're actually seeing it without any plate.
The conservators also claim they met with something inexplicable when trying to scan the actual Holy Rock.
It's a great moment, and we are touched, and our instruments are touched. They do not work.
Oh, really?
Yes.
It sounds like there's a piece of monitoring equipment which worked everywhere apart from over the tomb. And the head scientist here seemingly has no scientific explanation for why it shouldn't work in that space, but it didn't work directly above the tomb. And read into that what you will.
The conservator's to-do list is endless. Repair and replace stonework. Remove the old steel support cage. Clean an irreplaceable gallery of murals and frescoes to reveal the original colors and restore their shining beauty. And with time running out, the team transform an ancient chapel of religion to serve the modern needs of science.
I didn't realize that 50 feet away there was a whole 21st century lab. Most of, for archaeologists as well as conservators, most of our work is done in museums. And we're thinking, wow, they've taken the lab, the conservation lab, out of a museum and put it in the church. It showed actually the openness of the patriarchs. It's sort of like allowing a car mechanic to use your living room to fix your car.
Operating laboratories inside of the church is the only way the work can be completed in time. There is much to be done, and Easter is fast approaching. At the Church of the Holy Sepulchre in Jerusalem, the restoration team has finished with just 3 weeks to spare before their Easter deadline. The tomb has been resealed without damage. Liquid cement has straightened the pillars. The ugly steel cage has been taken away, and the dirt of ages past has all been cleaned.
We delivered it intact and preserved, clean, colored, vivid, and a live monument, as it is the tomb of Christ. But the question is, how shall we preserve it with sustainability in the centuries to come?
Professor Moropoulou's caution is understandable. Because the Holy Sepulchre Church lies on an earthquake fault line, scientists use a seismic shaker table to establish the likely effect of future quakes. It proves the restored édicule is stable for now.
We came up with the proper measures to be taken in order to strengthen it, so in the future it's not gonna be vulnerable to any earthquake.
21st century computer modeling techniques are also helping protect the tomb. Scientists will detect any future changes in the structure by comparing this cyberspace model, created by National Geographic experts, against the reality of the building over years to come.
We used a laser scanner and a technique called photogrammetry, which builds 3D maps from tens of thousands of photographs. If the édicule were to start to settle into the ground or collapse or be destroyed again, the church has been destroyed many times over the history, naturally by fire and by religious extremists in the past. Were that ever to happen again, we at least have the best digital copy that technology can make right now.
National Geographic's work also means that anyone can now visit the Holy Sepulchre in the form of virtual reality.
You can see all the engraved texts on the side of the walls. You can see the entire conservation and restoration of the édicule.